I alive?
I don't know.
That's the real question. Was I ever alive? Maybe this whole time I've always just been a figment of Phil's imagination, and this is actually quite a sad story.
Don't say that.
On that note, hi, it's a pleasure to be back. Thanks for having me, buddy.
Yeah, and hey to everyone that's joining us on stereo. Welcome to the show. It's
Welcome
good
to the shizzle.
See your little faces popping up, lots of bubbles.
Not only are we saying hi to a camera right now, but we're saying hi to a phone.
We are. We've got a whole shenanigan
Which
happening.
is why we're wearing earbuds right now. We're not being rude.
This is what cool people do. They just wear an earbud at all times. Check that. Copy. I just want to give a content warning for Dan because, you know, his mouth is filled with soil.
Okay. I think that's fair enough. I mean,
It is.
On YouTube, I'm guessing you'll censor this with quacks
Yeah.
and stuff, but I mean, God knows what I'm going to say.
Do you want to just get your first swear out of the way, just so we're prepared?
Penis.
Okay.
Don't know why I like squeeze.
You're allowed to say penis. That's fine. I don't quack a penis.
Penis squeezing. Squeeze that peen till it. What?
No.
What? Okay.
What are
That
you
was a bit of a
saying?
tangent. Okay.
Hey, we've got a message on stereo. Welcome.
Why are you warning me about? You are the random topic guy. This is known. This is known. Like,
Look.
I know I have colourful use of the English language, but you're the person that I can't trust live on the radio. So
Well, it's happening right now, laddie.
I'm scared.
This is
you should be.
Our first message came through.
Yay! We can finally hear you!
You can hear us! Hello, Izzy.
The
Welcome to the
miracle
show.
of technology. Actually, I just want to say shout out to the fans for riding along with us.
Yeah.
I mean, they've trained for this moment over the years. Phil has been, the pioneer of all of these different platforms, and the fans have come along all the way. So I want to say thanks, Phil. Thanks to Stereo for supporting Phil, and thanks to the fans for riding along with.
Thanks, dudes.
Yeah.
Let's hear what someone else has to say.
Hi! Oh my god, we missed you so much.
They missed you.
They're just talking about you. Who's that rat? Is that right there?
Saw you even yesterday on YouTube, but yeah, still miss me. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah. So, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
I hope y'all had a nice festive season. We had an interesting one. I mean, it
You
was...
said, I hope y'all had a nice set. Okay, firstly, what is that phrase?
I don't know.
Phil, it's 2020.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody having a nice anything.
I'm trying to spread some positivity.
Yeah, this is the single vibe that we get at the end of the year.
Vibe. So it was more of a Zoom-ness, but we did exchange some gifts.
We did.
Yeah, I got Dan a new jumper, which he's wearing now. Not that I forced him to wear it.
No, Phil does not at all force me to wear the sweater that he got me for Christmas.
Wear the sweater.
For the audio-only listeners, it is a bear sweater.
Yeah, not just... It's a black and white sweater with bears,
On brand.
but there's a sneaky little yellow bear in the corner. I'm trying to get down to wear colour in 2021.
Are you?
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
This is the first stage.
You haven't commented on my stereo avatar.
It looks like you. I think.
Oh, does it?
I think you got the
Thanks,
curls
I was
there.
going for that.
Yeah. Although your hair, like what happened to your long flowing lockdown hair?
My medium length hair.
Yeah, I was excited you were going to go all
so
the way.
sad about that. Yeah. I mean, it's not because I was trying a different style. I couldn't get a haircut. That was the thing, right? So I tried it. The thing is, it got to that length where I really had to commit to it for a bit longer to make it work.
Yeah.
And not only was it just like a bit, I just couldn't be bothered, but it was physically upsetting having this much hair touching my ears. And anyone that's had long hair and then cut it all off will be like,
Yeah.
my ears. They're finally free, and that was me. So I just couldn't be bothered. And then that brief window when the lockdown eased a couple months ago, I was like, snip. So here we are.
Well, now you're regretting it because now it's cold in London. You could have had little muffs on your ears made out of hair.
Less about the hairy muffs.
Right. Well, you could. So
I told you. I warned everybody.
I got Danny his jumper.
Yep.
Dan got me a whole box.
Okay, right. So this is how well I know Phil. Appreciation for this. Okay?
Yeah, a whole box of retro sweets. Which I'm so excited about. It looks like a rat has been living in here because I've just literally been sat by the TV gnawing away.
When I opened this box, I did not believe that half of these were real because I had heard any of them. And Phil was like, "Oh, it's Whippy Woppy Dib Dobbles. I remember those when I was a child out north."
Shut up. But yeah, he said I was eating Boomer sweets. Well,
the hell is a fruit salad?
I don't know. They're nice. Look,
Yeah.
you should embrace the culture of the past.
Okay.
Also, I had some random memory of bathing with bath pearls, and I was going on about it to Dan, and Dan actually got me some bath pearls.
Because I'm the kind of person that's listening to random ranting and it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Hey, in 7.5 months, I'll remember to buy Phil bath pearls.
It's like a mini bath bomb. And when all my friends were getting like football stickers, I was like, Mum, can I have some bath pearls? They might have said something about
valid, man. Ain't no shame about that in 2020. We are going forward saying,
no.
Get rid of those footballs, give me the bath balls. Balls in the bath.
Then my brother and Cornelia got me a massive jar of Percy Pigs.
I hate this. What are Percy Pigs?
Percy Pog.
That
was one of my draft tweets. I never said it though. They are Percy Pog. They are basically. Sorry. I wouldn't have to. I thought I was going to have my first quack, but you saved yourself.
Good to know. I shouldn't say something.
Yeah, they're basically just pigs that are sweet and they taste like dreams.
But Marks and Spencer's made them vegan, and I don't like that.
No, I do like them.
Because I support the idea of making the vegan sweet. But you said they objectively taste worse.
I can taste the difference, but I'm all for the vegan pig, so I can make the sacrifice.
That is a big jar, though. For anyone that doesn't know who's on stereo, it's roughly one Phil head size.
It is
quite large.
It's enormous.
Yeah.
We've got another message on stereo. What are you saying?
Hello, I missed you.
Talking to Phil again. Why?
Yeah. Hello to Perry.
If you miss me, be specific, or I'm going to presume you're just excluding me, okay?
Yeah,
how it is.
I think that might be it. So, let's jump in to the thing I talk about. What?
I mean, with this, you're wearing that sweater.
Yeah.
Describe it for the audio people. Do an ASMR.
The one that I'm wearing, it's like Halloween meets Christmas, which I think it's good for New Year. Stop with the ASMR.
Okay, everyone just stop listening live. Right.
It's basically like Christmas and New Year mixed together. But I was wondering, what was your favourite outfit from the Viewers Buy My Outfits?
Oh my god, that video.
Yeah.
Firstly, I think that you weren't fair to yourself because you have had a style glow up.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. Phil, he has a style, okay? Some would say it's geek chic. I would say someone that got lost in a comic book store in Japan somewhere.
Yeah.
The black jeans guy, and if people try to change you, they can, but you won't. So they just need to learn to love it. Then you've got your clothes that have a bit of the geeky references, a bit of the Japanese references, but it looks nice, and you've learned to color coordinate. So I'm not going to set the bar too high for you. I think, Phil, you have a style.
I've got a style,
and I think that's good. You did not pull off most of the outfits in the video, but the one that I liked the most was the
Yep.
I liked the baggy purple corduroy pants. The silhouette worked on you. Not for your personality. I don't think you'll ever wear them. But it was nice to see briefly. So shout out to the followers who sent in the stylish outfits. Lord knows Phil needs all the help he can get.
So we have a little bit of echo, so I'm just going to try a few audio things. Do you want to pull out your headphone and plonk it back in again?
This is disgusting.
This was working beautifully in our little trial run. So.
We're in a bath together. It's full of balls.
We're in our bath.
You want me to pull out the what and stick it where?
Pull out your headphone and put it in again.
Oh God. There we go. I took it out and I put it back in. I need Jesus. How have I gone so long without a disturbing moment like this, and then here we are, it's just all going wrong?
I don't know. Hopefully that's better. Hopefully that's better. So we're gonna power through. Hopefully you can hear as well. That's fine. We've got some more messages from you guys.
Okay, so Dan, what is your opinion on Phil's beard?
Oh, what do you think about my beard?
I know it's like everything else. If you had a completely different personality, it would work.
I'm a fan of the beard edit Dan.
Maybe in 10 years when I actually finish puberty, I'll get it. Some people commented, you can maybe see a bit of stubble on my face in photos now.
Rare.
So I am now what most of the members of One Direction were at in their developmental stage about 8.5 years ago.
Congratulations.
So I don't know if I've got that weird Taylor Swift gene where I'm just going to look like a 6-year-old until I'm 50.
Yeah.
Does that mean I'm going to live longer?
I think
or
so.
am I going to go from looking really fresh to just looking like dead and old? Like 50th birthday, I'm going to go from 12-year-olds to 112-year-olds.
You're going to live till you're 190 and then start mating with trainers. as a turtle.
Okay.
So let's listen to a couple more of your hellos, and then we'll go into the topic of the day.
And mushy mushy.
Stop the echoing. We can't understand it.
What?
I don't know what that said. Let's get another one.
Dan, Phil, the echo, please save us. The echo is so
Save us
bad.
from the echo.
Echo the dolphin.
What? So what happened?
Is it?
Sure, let me
Or
check.
was that a cry for help?
Let me check with my friend. Are we still echoing?
My friend Phil doesn't have a friend.
Let's find out. Yes, we are. Okay.
We did an echo earlier when we did that sound test that 1,000 people pervertedly listened to. Shout out to you.
Okay, let's try something. We're trying some things to fix the echo.
Wait. What about now? Can you hear me in yours?
Well, let me see.
Wait, unplug this.
Okay. Yeah.
Between us. What about now? Is this an echo?
We're just finding out if this is an echo.
Echo or neko? Doesn't neko mean cat in
I think
Japanese?
it means cat in Japanese.
Oh, look, we solved it.
Oh, is it fixed?
Sach magique.
How
Yeah.
did you do that?
We just have the mystical powers of both of us moving our mouths at the same time, but we do that anyway because we talk.
Okay, so if that's working,
Yeah.
I just won't be able to hear what people are saying if they do a thing. Will you be able
You
to?
will, because it's
We'll
going to
turn it
come
up.
out. It's going to come out of the phone. That's just how it works.
Okay, no
So-
echo. Great, we fixed the echo.
You just needed technical whiz,
Yeah.
Danny boy,
If you want some crisp,
on the scene.
some crisp audio, you can watch the YouTube video back because we are recording this for YouTube as well. So it'll be like.
But right now, you get the raw experience. Dan and Phil live in a bath, covered in pearls. They're getting foamy. They're whacking it in. They're pulling it out, and they fixed the echo.
Stop it.
I have said nothing wrong that didn't originally come out of your mouth first.
Okay, that's fine.
And we're both coming out of Phil's mouth now.
Okay,
We stereo.
that's fine. If we're both coming out of my mouth
on stereo. Via the avatars.
we will fix that later.
Don't worry about
Don't
how
worry
it
about
looks.
it now.
Worry about how it sounds. And I don't just mean worry about how it sounds from the perspective of fixing the echo, which apparently we've now fixed. I mean what's coming out of our mouths.
Yeah.
All this growth, and it's just gone down the drain.
It has.
This is what you do to me, Phil.
Yeah. So let's move on to our first topic of the day, which is going to be
Wah, wah.
2020.
What was that about?
I shouldn't really even say it like that, should I?
No, take that again.
2020.
2020.
Yeah.
20.
I want to know about your 2020 fails, as long as they're funny and snappy. Short,
Yes.
snappy fails.
How has 2020 impacted you in a way that we can all laugh at?
Yeah.
Don't take too long. Hit us with a short one. Be like, hi, my name is James, and because of 2020...
This is already long.
Shut up. Okay, well, just, tell us something funny, but do a better job than me.
Yeah.
Phil's updating that topic.
I've set the topic.
Oh, you went for comedy. What else could you have said?
I could have said news, but I feel like comedy is a good one.
I think this is news. I actually think this is spirituality.
Is it? I think it's all of the above. So, 2020, how's it been? For me, it's been a weird one because...
I mean, it's been a terrible year for everybody.
I wanted to think about the funny things that have gone wrong for people rather than the sad things that everyone's dealing with.
Well, you spent about 2 months massaging the Tesco deliveries with hand sanitizer. That's a vivid memory. That's funny in hindsight.
Hey, I mean, you have to. I was quite paranoid. They were
were.
washing everything.
Yeah,
I was
and you did. It took about 2 hours.
I was literally.
Phil was like, yeah. Do you want a bit of aromatherapy?
Then I was like,
how's the tension on this tube of Pringles?
I think you stopped me when I tried to wash an apple with soap, and you were like, Phil, that's too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, don't do that.
Then it would be soapy apple.
Remember you're at Manchester?
What?
You got you recognized the Tesco delivery.
What are you talking about? Why would you bring that
we
up?
don't need to expand upon that.
Well, we do, because everyone's now like, what? Okay, so the Tesco came, right? And then The guy.
Go on then, Phil.
The guy delivering it looked really familiar. Okay, so I was like, I'm sure I know you from somewhere, which wasn't me like hitting on the Tesco guy. I was just
This was like a cool-looking young
like
man,
like an emo-looking guy. I was like, I know you from somewhere. He was like, oh, it's it's probably from the adult movies I'm in, and I was like, what? No, I don't recognize you from that. You've got a familiar face. He was like, gave me those eyes. That's like, sure, buddy, I know where you've seen me.
Places we've been there. Okay, well, if Phil said that, y'all can say anything. If we got somebody sending in a message,
okay, let's see.
Let's see if you can top that.
I don't think you can.
2020 just happened to be the year that I had to actually start wearing glasses. 2020 vision is just not it for me.
Get out! Throw that phone across the room right now. I'm not interested. How dare you? Although, to be honest, if you've actually not been able to see your whole life and then you have, that's quite a profound moment. Were you like blind for several years and then you realized, oh, I'm supposed to have glasses?
Yeah, it was when I was about 13. I was like, okay, I swear.
13?
Yeah, I suddenly, it was a growth spurt. My eyes just didn't catch up. But then I was like, Mom, I need glasses. And I was a bit of a hypochondriac about everything. She's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I ended up having to borrow my friend Catherine's glasses and sit at the front of the math lesson, like in tiny glasses looking like a professor.
Well, that's quite a vivid memory.
Yeah.
Thanks, Heidi, for resurfacing that. And Phil shares your pain.
I do.
Even if he doesn't quite share your disgusting sense of humor that we don't support.
Thankfully, I've leveled out now, so I'm not going full mole, though
yes.
Maybe I will. There's still time.
I mean, it's been a problematic year for most people. I would say that, you know, as introverts, originally there was that novelty that was like, maybe I'm meant for this. Yeah. It's kind of okay. That has gone. Don't worry. I'm no longer like, haha, XD. I never went outside anyway. I have never wanted to go outside so much. You have no idea. If I could go to a park and see a person, I'd be like, lick me, caress me.
Lick me.
I want to jump into a sea of people. The introvert within me has died. So yeah, I've found the limit of that for sure.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you could just see a goose that could lick you rather than a human.
That might maybe make more sense. But yeah, I've missed people. I've missed going outside. And that is so weird. That okay, well done 2020. I guess you broke me.
That is super weird. I've been quite sad because I couldn't see my family. Like
how long has it been?
It's been since my birthday last year, so almost a year since I've seen my mum and dad in person. Which, if I think about too much, I get quite emotional. So I won't go down that road. But
it's been a year.
It's been a challenge, and I have little sads about it. But then I just Zoom them or FaceTime or something.
I mean, my whole mysterious
people have it worse.
My mysterious plans for the year just got indefinitely delayed. It turns out you can't do certain things when more than one person can't be together. So it could have been worse for both of us, but it wasn't ideal.
Do you know these mysterious plans? It's so funny that I know what they are, and I'm so desperate to say something about it. But there's
you just want to. Well, you want to spoil it, do you?
I've got that feeling.
We'll get to that later.
Okay, I could do that.
Something that I've seen a lot of people complaining about is how I don't have any clothes at the moment because everything I've done on Instagram has been like. Okay, I'm not just being weird, and it may all be. It's the reason why our furniture has been on shuffle. Seemingly,
what's it been doing? Well, we're moving. Surprise.
It's more exciting than that.
Not just that.
Life update. Are you ready for this, everybody? We have bought a house.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's official. Not like the last time that we tried and then they said that there was a dead body.
Yeah.
And we got scared and then we didn't.
Yeah.
This time successfully.
It's the real deal.
How's that?
Yeah. How's that? So this has been a project that we've been working on since 2017.
It is a new build, and that means that other than the outside, which we couldn't change, we have designed the entire thing from the ground up. And that when I say we really have every single thing in this damn place, we have decided, which is cool.
We haven't had any spare time because every minute of spare time has been working on the house.
It turns out that's quite a big job. So it's been like a part-time job that we've had for about 3 years now, because this was something that we decided in
I think it was just before
2017.
Before tour 2 or during tour 2?
We did it in 2017 because we were told and had genuinely planned to have to move into a new house dangerously, maybe in the middle of Interactive Introverts.
Yes.
Turns out
it took Yeah.
How do we feel about the fact that it's been taking a while? Slightly miffed.
Slightly miffed. So all of our stuff is in boxes and has been for the last 4 months or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have the Daniful Games room is a cubic filled to the entire ceiling, and it's leaked into every other room.
It has.
We're basically living in a Harry Potter cupboard right now.
We are.
But that's fine.
We are.
We're ready.
It was meant to be at the start of this year, but then COVID happened again. So we're
And now
hoping.
we've just been living out of a suitcase. I was a bit over optimistic, and I said I can live with 2 TVs and I had like a 6-month round the world cruise.
I was paranoid. I had to pack everything just to make sure.
And it turns out that you are right.
Yeah.
So there we go. Great.
But it's really exciting. We've got enough room there to work and also live. We've designed the floor plan.
which is important.
The floor plan is made by us, so every room has its
Yeah,
job.
it's made for us. I'm just looking forward to not paying rent.
Yeah.
Look forward to that, young people. Because, you know, this place, some guy in Norfolk that we've never met.
I know.
Yeah.
So that's
Enjoy
super
it.
exciting.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll be sharing like, here's our house tour. Welcome to our front door. Come on in.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
there's the privacy angle,
Yeah.
but then there's also, I don't know, house tours. You don't want to look like you're celebrating the materialism too much. Because it's not about saying, hey, look at all our stuff. Is this stuff great? I see that it's not all like that because I like watching house tours from like an interior design perspective. I want to know what stuff do people have because it's a cute reflection of their personality.
But not like literally.
What big choice did you make about that yellow wall that you went
now
for?
you're making me want to do a house tour.
But either way, we're not actually going to be moved in for several months, so don't expect that. But yeah, that is a big, exciting thing for both of us.
It's a big, exciting thing, and you heard it here first. We've got festive, funny 20. Not festive fails. We've got funny 2020.
Festive. It's still the festive period.
We've got funny 2020 fails coming in. Let's have a listen.
Bonjour.
I've got super into D&D and it ruined my life, so that's it.
So you actually started role-playing to escape from reality.
I mean,
I respect that.
That sounds like the perfect thing. Just become an orc, live in a swamp.
Were you the dungeon or the dragon?
Yeah, or both. That doesn't make sense. The dragon in the dungeon.
And somehow I'm scared about how we're going to segue into something dangerous sounding. So, I mean, we already dropped the role-playing word.
Yeah, we tried to do Dungeons and Dragons once, and I think I played for about 45 minutes, and I kept ruining it because my character was so crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm a gay dragon. I breathe fire out of my wings. And they're like, you can't be a dragon. I was like, that's what I want to be. And they're like, no, Phil.
I was like, I am the disowned gay elf prince from a kingdom that has one metal arm, and they were like, why are you making your character sound less successful? I'm like, it's character building. It's good role playing. And then we basically got kicked out because we were taking the piss.
We weren't taking it seriously, and I couldn't commit to it. So let's have another one. What we got?
So in my 2020, I painted my room, and I realized right after I painted it that I hate the color that I painted it, which is great.
No.
What?
Now I'm just imagining like a weird shade of brown.
So you were painting it, you did one stripe and were like, yeah, I like this decision. You did several stripes. You've clearly done it where you're like, it's gross.
It's too late now.
Oh, well, I guess I just have to live with the pain. I hope we haven't done that. Because designing our place, we can't really take back the choices that we've made.
We've made some good choices. One wall is green. I like a green wall.
There is are you leaking that there's a green
I've leaked.
feature wall
There's a
in
green
the house?
wall.
Whoa, there's a desk.
There's a desk. That's not a surprise. Ooh, a desk.
I'm trying to be. I mean, we're not that extravagant, fella. I don't know what to tell people. Yeah. I will be very sad to say goodbye to Steve.
Stephen and Scrag.
Because during the weirdness that has been 2020, it's been quite good to form an emotional bond. Question: do you think that pigeons are smart enough to have emotional bonds?
I think they're smart.
I don't want to be that guy.
But also, whoever comes in next, they're just going to be like a bird lover, you know? So we can just be like, hey.
Hopefully.
Hey, do you mind
feeding these diseased rat birds every single day?
Because
they're going to peck at your window because 2 weird freaks have been feeding the diseased rat birds every single day.
I'm sure they'll agree. I'm sure it will be fine.
But looking at the little face through the window, it was that bonding.
Don't remind me.
I will be sad to miss them. You know, these are the transitional periods of life.
Hey, this is the time though. If you're missing Steve, why not get yourself a dog?
Oh, you're just jumping in and saying what every single person listening is thinking right now.
Get a dog.
All right, Dan and Phil, life journey. You got a house. Next up, dog. Next up, you're going to die of old age. Then it's going to be, you're going to have your granddad. And then it's going to be, your grandson. And then your grandson's going to move to the city with his boyfriend. And then we're going to watch their life and boom, it's The Sims.
What you just confused me
That's
so
what
much.
people want. People want to see life move fast.
Oh,
And they
right.
look up to these public figures, Phil.
A grand dog.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, the camera's about to stop recording.
Let's restart that.
I'm going to start.
Is this an exclusive for the stereo listeners?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Oh, here
so
we
we have a DSLR that turns itself off every half an hour.
It's super convenient because it doesn't make a noise when it stops. It's just like, I've stopped.
I'm going to die now.
Yeah. So we're recording again.
Same.
And then I'm going to press. I'm going to clap. I pressed clap.
I'm going to press one hand.
Hey Siri, stop.
Jesus, that was aggressive.
That was aggressive. We're fine.
No, we need to do it again. Okay. Hey Siri, set a timer for 27 minutes.
27 minutes, starting now.
Shout out to Australian man Siri with his sexy voice.
I've got Irish sexy man Siri on my phone, but you've chosen Australian for the house.
Yeah.
That was the war of the series. Anyway, people saying, get a dog. I still don't know if we have the emotional responsibility to look after a dog. We're trying with the houseplants. They're thriving more than they are, but it's such a huge responsibility. You've got to take it so seriously.
Okay,
Yeah.
Speak for yourself. For you, it's responsibility to
It
manage
is.
the life. For me,
Yeah.
it's the emotional investment that scares me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to try and psychoanalyze myself too deeply
Okay.
as a person.
Yeah.
But when we got the fish, I had anxiety dreams about the fish for about a week.
Yeah.
Every single night, I had a nightmare that this fish had flopped onto the floor, and I woke up like, ah! Ah! And this was people don't care about these fish. Like, I'm going to put it in a shoe.
Yeah.
I'd given this fish so much life. I love this fish.
Stop.
Did so much for it.
Yeah.
And the idea of a dog, I don't know, man.
I mean,
It scares me.
that is a thing. But also, you
can't be afraid
you can't.
to live and love.
Yeah, I want to love the little
You
dog.
need to open yourself to the dog. For
Yeah.
you have to remember to feed and walk the dog.
I do. I think I would. We almost had the opportunity to get a dog because we were approached by a TV charity program.
This was weird.
Yeah, and it's a charity show where they let people adopt a dog on TV, which hopefully lets more people adopt dogs. And we were so close to considering it, but then we realized that our new place wouldn't be ready in time.
Yeah, we were like, we cannot move
like-
them into a 2-foot room that is mostly
No.
filled with boxes.
And this room, this place is not allowed dogs in it anyway. So we were like, sorry, we haven't moved yet. We can't have the dog.
yeah.
But that could have been a thing.
Who knows? Maybe it can in the future.
Maybe. Alas.
I mean, this place that we've been in, like, do you remember the Dan and Phil London apartment?
Yeah.
We loved that place.
We did.
Until the gas leaks and the drills took over. Where we are now was always supposed to be a temporary solution that never quite made sense. It's just that the temporary solution ended up taking 3.5 years.
It's been a 3.5 year long.
C'est la vie.
I've got used to it though. I'm quite happy here, to be
Yes.
honest. I'm not too sad.
Box.
Box.
This is a box. This is one of the moving boxes.
You're on a
right
box. We've got another message.
here. You are on a box. POV. You are a box in Dan and Phil's
Oh
lounge.
my god.
You're looking at Phil's crotch. There is a microphone balanced on your head.
No one wants any of that. We've got another stereo message. And we've also got 8,096 listeners on stereo.
Wow!
Hey guys.
Crash
Right.
Bandicoot noise.
Here we go.
On the topic of buying houses, my name is Leah. I decided to buy a house right before I actually ended up getting sent home from work for working from home. So that was fun.
Oh no.
Well, good to know that. I mean, is that a good thing or a
Well,
bad
it's-
thing?
unless you're in the house that you moved into work from home, or you're just like surrounded by boxes trying to work from home, being like, oh no.
Yes. I
Yeah.
mean, I relate to you, and I'm also jealous of the fact that you seem to be further along in the process than us.
Yeah.
So,
For sure. So we were talking about The Sims. Dan, what about the gaming channel? What's
Yeah.
going on? What's happening? What about you? What's the tea? Who are you?
what about you, bitch? Why don't you tell us what you're doing?
I want to know.
Oh,
everyone's
mysterious Phil.
Where,
Oh,
what's
wait,
Dan?
we know you're doing a YouTube video every 2 weeks. Then what?
What's
What's
Dan?
your 10-year plan, Phil?
I've got.
What are you doing in the new year?
I've got thoughts. I've
You,
got-
you have thoughts and things? Tell them. People want to know.
No. I think everyone's more wondering about you right now.
Well, as we know, I have clearly taken a break from regular YouTube uploads.
Yeah.
Not that I ever arguably had regular YouTube uploads. I walked right into that one, didn't we?
Yeah. But what's the tea now?
This was, whoa, don't rush me.
Sorry.
This was an emotional and spiritual and personal growth journey
Yes.
that I chose to be on.
Mm.
Because, you know, the gay video, everything else, I really felt like I hadn't really had time to ask, who am I? What do I want? what am I doing?
Yeah.
Why? Because it was all kind of just happening. And the thing is, if you're very busy,
Yeah.
and you keep doing up things that take up all your time, you have no time to step back and think about life.
Yeah.
So I know it was very dramatic, but I had to hit pause on the things that I was doing in order to give myself time and space to breathe and think about the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And, you know, looking forward, I want to try new things. I want to work out who I am, and I'm in that period.
Yeah. So you're still in the pause period.
Well,
like...
there were supposed to be a couple of things,
that
and then
happened.
2020 happened. So let's move on from 2020, shall we? That's 2020.
Yeah. So the gaming channel, that was part of the Dan just needs to sort out what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what have you been doing?
Is that a topic?
Yeah. Like what I was going to say, like that would be a funny topic. Like what has Dan been doing? Like
you want to literally make the stereo question, what has Dan been doing?
Yeah. No, in a funny way. Like you say your funniest guesses of what Dan has been up to during his break from YouTube.
I didn't sign up for this.
Okay,
you
I'm
can't
going to
just
say
bombard me. Right.
Funny things Dan has been doing. Funny guesses. Do you like that?
Answering the eternal question.
Yeah. Has been doing. Funny guesses of what Dan has been doing.
Sure. I mean, you can just make the topic what has Dan been doing so it doesn't take up the entire
screen.
Like
fine. I'll check.
Fallout Boy single title.
Make them short and snappy and we'll play some. What has...
Dan moved to a mysterious ranch and has been milking goats for an insidious master plan. That's going to be the first one.
What has Dan been
I'm
doing?
calling it right now.
Okay, there we go.
Look, I know that people miss me,
yes,
and I appreciate that. And I really value the fact that people support and they care about me.
Yeah.
Not just like how are you, Dan? What are you up to personally?
Mm-hmm.
But that they express an interest in more content from me. That makes me feel happy.
Yeah.
So I just want to say thank you to all of those people.
Ah.
I know that I could probably post more on Instagram and Twitter. Instagram this year.
Yeah.
I mean, what has anybody done?
I know.
No one does anything. Like literally, it got to that point halfway through the year where I was like, I don't do anything, or I mean, not that I ever saw anyone or did anything interesting, but this year in particular, I'm inside. So I just posted that questionable. If you put that on the YouTube video,
that's going to get me demonetized.
Do you reckon it would?
It might do. It might pick up on it. It's a very sexy pose.
I had the wine glass in front of my nipple for the Instagram.
Oh my god!
Free the boob.
I had to be the photographer for that, and we were trying to line this wine glass up
this
so hard.
This was not a sexy moment. It was sweaty and physically uncomfortable. Phil was popping a squat for about an hour.
I was, and then I think we almost got the perfect picture, and then realized because we had a live feed of a fire playing from a YouTube video, the fire had burnt out in the background.
The fire had just stopped.
I was like,
it looked kind of awkward.
Oh my god, the fire's burnt out. This looks sad now. It's like, where's the?
It really took like 2 hours, but I think that was symbolic in a way.
Yeah,
that's just me. It said everything about the year. It said everything about me as a person.
Yeah.
What do you want? But I could make an effort to maybe try and post more. I have a bit of a neurotic complex about the value of everything, and I know people are like, Dad, just say hi.
Yeah.
So maybe I could.
Maybe you could. Yeah. Like, what about tweet?
Oh, a cheeky tweet.
Well, is that
honestly, I think if you go to my Twitter profile and see what I tweet, people don't want me to tweet more. You get that notification.
Oh my god, your last one.
You get that notification, and it's like, did Dan just improve my day?
Yeah.
No,
not at all. So we've got some things. What's Dan been doing coming in on stereo?
I'm ready.
Dan has been napping.
Dan's been napping.
I wish. Oh my god.
Yeah, we've been deciding where every plug goes in a new room,
as well as my other things, which you would. How would you describe my emotional state?
Busy is the emotional state. I've never seen.
You can use some descriptors. What does my face look like at any given moment?
Stressed but inspired.
Thanks.
That's how I'd say it.
I'll take that. Nice
don't
and vague.
tempt me. I'm going to say what it is.
Hoarding toilet paper. Hoarding toilet paper.
How dare you? I have not been hoarding toilet paper, okay?
Yeah.
In fact, Phil's been hoarding toilet paper from me.
I have. I've been stealing from Dan's bathroom. It's like...
Well, he's laughing because the other day, I had no toilet roll.
He had no toilet roll. It was awkward. I'm I'm trying to be a one-sheet guy during this pandemic.
No one asked for that. Like, oh, I've really missed Dan and Phil doing videos together.
Sorry.
What will they talk about? It's been
Toilet
utter
paper.
filth. We've all become total degenerates. I'm sorry for dragging you down.
Yeah, you've dragged everything down. Should we get another one?
Goat yoga. So much fucking goat yoga.
Hey, yeah. Except I saw a video of someone getting peed on, so I'm actually never
Ooh.
going to try that.
That's kind of funny though. Maybe the pee was
Funny to watch. Do you think it'd be funny to be peed on by a goat?
Hey, we tried to do yoga once, and I found it quite relaxing, but also the yoga teacher started playing really sad movie soundtracks.
Oh my god!
So,
we were trying to do meditation at the end,
Yeah.
and then a bloody song from the TV show The Leftovers came on.
oh my
and
god.
it's one of those TV shows that makes you
Yeah.
cry buckets.
Yeah.
And if any of you listen to songs that make you super emotional, something
Yeah.
associated with the TV show, and that just comes on during an ambient playlist, we were like,
I was doing a downward dog and just fully crying onto the mat, and I was like, please just stop the music.
I actually, in the middle of a yoga session, had to say, you need to turn the track to the next one now.
So
And I
awkward.
won't explain why.
So
yeah.
so awkward.
But your hamstrings have been getting a nice little extension.
Yeah. Anyway, Dan.
Yeah.
So what's happening? What's the plan? What's the plan, Dan?
Well, I mean, okay, with the gaming channel,
Yeah.
we loved the gaming channel.
It was our baby.
Unlike dragging a camera around the house for me to film sketches pretending to be my own therapist or something,
Yeah.
the gaming channel was fun.
It was.
I like playing video games with you.
Thanks.
The only issue with my personal growth journey is it took quite a lot of time. A Sims video was like
It was long.
a 9-hour adventure.
Yeah.
So, you know, there was no space in my life to think about anything else.
No.
And you wanted to think about other things.
I did too.
So we did it for several years, and we were like, let's just take a pause to have
Mhm.
some time to grow. We haven't made some secret dramatic decision
no.
about secretly never coming back. I'm just taking time. Maybe we'll return to it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do streaming, Twitch stuff. Maybe we'll just do other things like this in the future.
Yeah.
Hi, this is some nice
is
joint
something
content
new.
right now. Hello.
Yeah, I think we didn't know how long the pause was going to be, and we didn't anticipate that. But at the moment, it's still like we don't know. We're just like exploring.
I'm just feeling out life,
What's
man.
going on?
But also, a funny thing about Dan and Phil games
Yeah.
is a lot of people enjoyed watching Dan and Phil, but
Yeah.
didn't necessarily love video games. So they were like, wow, I wish they did something else. So that's a possibility.
It
Who
could-
knows?
yeah.
Everything is up in the air, honestly.
Yeah.
Dan's just vibing.
Yeah.
Let me do my thing, see the next couple things that I do, and then
Yeah.
I'll go and breathe.
But hey, you're here on this, and also on my YouTube channel. So that's like a nice check-in with Dan. Anyway. He's
Hi.
here. Look at this.
I'm alive,
He's here.
apparently.
He's alive.
Or is it all a
Yeah.
figment of Phil's sad mind?
So
It's not. Okay.
apart from that,
It's like an anime.
I've noticed that you've done a lot of photo shoots recently.
Oh my god.
Like a lot.
Ugh.
Every time Dan's on out,
I
it's like,
hate it.
I've got a photo
I
shoot.
have to. Okay, well, two things, right? One, I'm doing a book, right? And you sign a contract and you have to promote it.
Yeah.
So I have to do press and I have to do all these photo shoots.
Yeah.
I don't ever say, and then all these people keep calling me.
Yeah, but talking about a 2020 fail, can we talk about the boot thing?
Why?
It's so funny. Right.
Is this funny?
It's funny to me.
It was traumatizing for me.
Well, Dan was doing an attitude shoot, which is
Attitude, a gay
the
magazine.
gay magazine. I was wondering if you're going to get your ass out, because I was associated that with when I was
Yeah.
like in the closet, I'd be like, ooh.
These
Look at that.
these magazines historically have been quite to focus less on the cis gay man perspective,
Yeah.
because the queer community, it's not just horny cis gay men in their mid-30s. So
Okay.
having the magazine just full of full spread asses is maybe not what the entire rainbow would appreciate.
So they've
So I
changed it.
They're trying to class it up a bit and have some other people. I mean, part of me was like, I want some attention. I want some horniness in the DMs.
Yeah.
Full ass. Dan ass reveal.
Oh my god.
Let's go right now. But no, so they did that. Okay, what can I say?
Talk about the boot.
How can I say this?
They gave Dan some boots to wear.
It was not all under my control.
Yeah.
Hashtag pink background. But one thing that did really improve my day was they had this beautiful, amazing Alexander McQueen jumpsuit.
Jumpsuit.
I jumped in a chute into a pile of bath balls.
Yes.
And some boots that went with it. And these were sick boots. They were these black boots with a steel cap, and they went with the jumpsuit, and it was really cool. And I was happy.
Yeah.
Because it looked like this photo shoot was actually going to be an enjoyable experience, because I hate looking at myself posing, being caught in photos, just attention in general. Weird, I know. And I had to have these boots put on, and no human had ever put on these incredibly tight leather shoes.
No.
And
So they were
the
brand new.
entire there was like 20 awkwardly socially distanced people stood in corners of the room with masks, just stood in silence waiting for me to pretend to be a freaking weird model for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And basically the shoe did not fit.
It's like
The shoe did
Cinderella.
not fit at all. And I actually spent about 20 minutes trying to put this goddamn shoe on.
But imagine like a photographer waiting, loads of people waiting, everyone's just
Where's
watching.
that? I'm behind a privacy screen in the corner of the room. This is
Like
not
trying to get
dignified. I am hopping. Imagine you are half naked, hopping with a boot in a room full of people.
Yeah.
Going, where are you? What's happening? And I just couldn't, honestly.
Yeah.
I wanted an humble dream. I wanted for once in my life to look cool. Am I allowed to be cool once ever? No, is the answer. The universe just said no. And I was sweating. I wiped my entire face off on my arm, and the bloody Mua had to come and slap foundation all over me again. It was traumatizing. And then we just had to end. I did it in my socks, and they were like, "We're gonna have to photograph you from the waist up."
Oh, I think you should have gone and got some butter and lubed up your foot
Honestly,
so you could have slid in.
That I considered that.
Yeah.
I had a shoehorn. There were 3 people with a shoehorn trying to keep, you know, they were like matrixing away from me so we didn't breathe on each other.
I mean, you still have the boot on now. So you've done that photo shoot. You've done like 3 interviews. Like what?
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
And you did that YouTube billboard as well.
Oh God, yeah. So
I mean, you don't sound excited.
that was cool. It was an honor. I mean, I just don't enjoy getting dressed for people.
Just
take photos
getting
of me.
dressed
The
for it.
photos are really cool. They made me remove the Apple logo from the laptop, which is very funny. So it looked like I was just working on a mysterious steel slate.
At least there was no boot in that one.
But there we are. At the end of 2020, YouTube is featuring me as a treasured creator on a billboard in London.
Wouldn't you think that would mean they're still thinking about Dan?
Yeah. Hint, one of the things that I'm working on is YouTube content. I just haven't been able to make it yet. So I'm not being vague because I want to be. I am literally not allowed to talk about the things that I'm working on.
I could talk.
And Phil, you can leak it
right
now.
now. Will they put me in jail?
Be my Tom Holland. Yeah, they would. They'll just demonetize your channel
Oh,
forever.
no, don't do it. I love you,
but
Google.
there are very exciting things hopefully coming in the future. I think you've explained before how in the past we've pitched certain things that haven't worked out.
Yeah, I've pitched so many shows.
I mean, you've said this in a YouTube video.
I think it was in a panel. Like I pitched a sci-fi show that didn't work out. I pitched a game show that didn't work out.
It's a shame when you spend months working on a dream project. I mean, I remember with The Queen's Gambit on Netflix, the guy said, I wrote the script for 30 years and no one ever wanted to do it. Then my dream project finally became real. Never give up on your dreams.
I wrote like
persevere
50 pages of such a cool like interactive concept and it just never came to
Maybe
be.
it will one day.
Maybe
So
it will.
Here's hoping that thick Dan content is coming at you.
I'm hoping so.
But I appreciate the support.
According to Stereo, what are you secretly actually
Oh yeah, that was
doing?
all lies. What am I actually
He
doing?
decided that he wanted to train to become a hairdresser.
Hey, when Dan chopped my hair, when he fixed it after...
Oh, yeah. Hey, you that left that sarcastic message. I did an okay job of trimming Phil's hair.
Trim it out because it was a disaster. And I think you're going to have to cut my hair again because we're in tier 4. We're not going to go to tier 2
This is not happening
again.
anytime soon. Yeah, if you liked my long hair, it's coming back, whether I like it or not. So I should have been training to be a hairdresser.
Mine's getting ridiculous. What else are you up to?
Impressive quiff height.
Learning to cook, I think.
Learning to cook.
I should.
Yeah, I mean... You're not bad. You can make a few things. You're not like a disaster chef.
Noodles.
Yeah. Spaghetti bolognese.
That's just noodles.
That's just noodles.
It's all just noodles.
That's just pasta.
It's just variations upon a noodly theme from when I was a distraught student eating ramen noodles every single day.
In the Dan and Phil house, we're very versed in the pasta section of food.
Yes, enter the pastaverse.
Yeah. What have I done to the sofa?
I'm destroying the sofa.
This is why I'm not allowed to sit on sofas.
Things that I'll miss when we move out of this weird cupboard. These sofas.
This sofa's been so good. It's even got like customizable headrests.
Whatever the heck that
going
is.
on?
Enjoy your sofa. Please give me my deposit back.
Do you want to hear one more, or do you want to move on to the story of Dan?
Let's go deep.
Okay, here we go. Firstly,
here's the thing. Do I want to know what Dan's been doing?
Oh, that's the T right there. And the answer is no.
No, you don't.
You don't.
It's not suitable for YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, so something we can talk
That's
about.
solving the mystery of Dan. What? Oh, well, okay. So one thing, I mean, I'm working on 3 things right now, I'd say. One of them got delayed by COVID. One of them is probably impossible until lots of people can all congregate together. We'll see how that works. But I am writing a book that is known because it turns out, hey, with the book industry, you have to announce something like a year before it comes out.
Yeah.
So
that's been.
when was it? Was like September. I was like, everybody in 40 billion years.
Yeah.
Why does it take so long to print?
Dan's been writing this, like every moment I've looked at him, he's been writing. And it's not, I think it's been a good thing that you've actually been sat at the desk, like not fully in the sofa crease every time.
Yes.
Like sometimes you're sofa creased, sometimes
It's
you're
been
not.
mostly hunched over in an armchair.
But there has been moments where I've brought you like a cup of tea and you're like in your Zen writing zone.
Thank you if I looked Zen. I
Yeah.
mean, ever since the iconic world-changing piece of creative literature that was The Amazing Book Is Not on Fire.
I mean, you can't beat it.
Let's talk about The Amazing Book Is Not on Fire.
We could just do a whole
It was great.
story about that.
Do you remember the first tour we did, The Amazing Tour Is Not on Fire?
So good.
Yet to be beaten.
It was so good.
Dan and Phil, they really came in and set the bar.
We did.
Things we did.
That. So why are you doing a book?
And that's on full stop.
Boop. Boop.
What?
Why are you doing a book?
Are you letting me do some
look,
self-promo
even though
right
this
now?
is a
Oh my God.
I want to give you your spawn. Click the link below. Pre-order Dan's book.
Oh, listen to this guy being supportive.
You will get through
Thank
this.
you.
No.
I mean, you have no idea how annoying I'm going to be in April just before this comes out.
Yeah.
So I don't want to talk about it. Depression video, gay video, all these people are like, Dan, write a book. Tell us your story. And it's like, I'm not going to write a memoir. Bitch, I'm 12 years old. Secondly, my life story is on YouTube. Just go watch it.
Yeah.
I did it. It's there. What do you want from me? Some people are like, why don't you do something about mental health?
Yes.
And in the world of mental health books, most of them are usually basically what my Daniel and Depression video is, which is, hi, I'm a person who went through something. This is my story. I'm going to dispel misconceptions. I'm going to help you about it. But that doesn't necessarily help people reading it that much.
No.
It's more about a story. Whereas you got the self-help heavy books that are really hard to understand that probably contain helpful information, but people don't read them. So I think HarperCollins were basically like, but Dan, what if you do a book that is about the stuff that helps people, but you actually make it enjoyable and easy to read, and it's all about you and your life story?
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, okay, that sounds interesting. And then we started talking about it. And honestly, thinking about mental health, which is a serious topic, as much as we love to meme, there are so many things that all of us probably do not understand that we could be doing better just to be happier.
Yeah.
And when I started thinking about this, it was one of those moments where I was like, I can't not do this.
Yeah.
Because I genuinely think that this can help so many people that might read it, that it has to be something that I do. So I was like, yes, okay, I'm doing this book. And there we go.
I think it will help people. Hey, guess what? I've read the book.
Phil, yes, spoilers. I gave it to Phil.
Yeah.
Advanced copy.
I'm the first person to read it.
Review.
It's rubbish. No, it was actually, I'm one of those people that's like, my mental health is fine. I don't worry about anything. But then getting into it, I was like, ooh, I'm actually...
Oh, honey.
No, I've actually learned so many things that I could be doing better. And learning some stuff about you as well.
Would you say it was funny?
It was fun.
Would you say it was juicy?
The thing is, it's funny, but also helpful. So you're not reading it like...
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, like, it's full of juicy tea about me. So if you just want to, like, learn about myself, as always, like I've been doing for the last 10 years on YouTube, I'm just splicing myself open, saying, look at my insides and laugh at my pain.
Yes.
You're welcome. But also, here's what you can do yourself.
It's not like a full Dan memoir, but it's like every time there's something that you're talking about.
What I love about it is you might go in wanting to sip the tea from Dan's life and then come away going, damn it, I accidentally learned how to completely transform my life and now I'm healthier and happier.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So
you got me, Dan. It's not like... This is the thing. It's not a book about crippling depression for people who have been through it. Because you may be thinking, I'm fine. This was Phil thinking he's fine. It's a book about general mental health, which is something that all of us have.
Yes.
Literally, this is a book for every single person watching or listening to this, wherever they may think they are at life. You read it. Hopefully, I'm being entertaining and nice. You're learning about me. And if you come away with something that you think will make you healthier and happier, then... you know, I'll be glad that I wrote it.
Well, great. You can pre-order the book. It's in the link below.
Oh, thank you, Phil. You're so good at this.
go and pre-order it. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. So look forward to that. Look forward to me being annoying in April.
Yeah.
And I want to say thank you for everyone's support.
Yeah, I think it's a very exciting time. So
for sure,
I'm hyped for you, Danny.
Yeah, I mean, the book was actually supposed to be the last thing.
Yeah.
But now it's going to be the first thing.
That's fine.
Because of 2020. Thanks, 2020. But yeah, next year may be very exciting.
Yeah,
so
I'm hoping you get to do the things you want to do. Tier 4 pending.
Thank you for all of the followers that have been with me and us.
Yes.
For all of the years, supporting us on our journeys of growth, appreciating the content. We would have nothing if it weren't for you. So I appreciate you and I love you.
Wow, I feel so wholesome now. That's so lovely. So we're going to jump into the next section of Stereo, which is Fill in the Blanks.
Is this the Stereo exclusive segment, Fill in the Blanks?
It is.
Wow!
Why are we Australian? I'm going to write it in the thing. Yeah. So submit.
What is Fill in the Blanks?
I'd like you to submit a quick one-word topic you want us to discuss quickly. Kind of like improv, you know, like just fire it at us and we'll talk about it. You know how it goes by now. We're on show 5. Fill in the Blanks has been set. So we want to set a topic ourselves. Have in mind, like what could it be?
Do you think that since coming out of the closet, it has increased the likelihood that we're going to degenerate into filth, or that it's just our natural tendency to kind of ruin any innocent moment by being weird?
I think it makes me less like I'm going to hold my tongue in a conversation because I'm not like
you have not been doing that
holding
so far this
holding back the
experience.
gay.
No.
Yeah, so I think that's helped.
Hold back the gays.
But yeah, what about you? You've always had filth coming out of your mouth.
Absolutely nothing. Except maybe it's just more fragrant. I don't know. We saw my last tweet. Is this a good thing? I think it's not. Maybe I should go back in the closet.
Maybe you should.
Yep.
Okay. What about hair? Are you ever going to dye your hair? Are you ever going to change it up? Hair.
I might have. Excuse me.
You've always had the same colour.
I mean, I kind of changed it up. I don't know.
Blonde.
No, I'm not going to dye it.
We did blonde.
Okay.
Blonde filter Dan.
If a gay person dyes their hair, they are a visibly spiraling crisis twink, and
I want to be a crisis
I
twink.
am not allowed to experimentally bleach my hair for aesthetic purposes without it looking like I'm going through something.
Okay.
That is a stereotype, and you know what? Some stereotypes are true, and that is one of them.
Maybe I'll do it. Okay. We've got our first topic.
Spatula.
Spatula. That just reminds me of our baking videos. What do you think is the worst baking video that we ever made? I think it was
Gordon Ramsay.
Oh,
meringue.
Gordon Ramsay.
Which is a shame because what did we do? We just didn't whip it enough or something.
It was meringue.
If we did one thing slightly better, it would have looked so cool.
It was the frickin' lemon juice. You meant to add lemon juice, then the meringue turns into a little puff.
That was a fail, bro.
It was the biggest. I can't even. At one point, I was like, "Can we even upload this? This is meant to be a tutorial."
Yeah, like literally, this is absolute trash. Like, there's no saving this dumpster fire.
Yeah.
The thing with Dan and Phil baking is we've never actually tried to be good bakers.
No,
because all of those are us just blindly attempting something for the first time for comedy.
Yeah.
Because people are like, you should go on Celebrity Bake Off or something.
Like, are you kidding?
Well, but imagine, Phil,
Yeah.
if you practiced brownies more than once.
Hey, I don't need. Excuse me, Siri.
Hey Siri, stop.
Oh, we've got to do our clock thing again. Hey Siri, stop.
We actually don't have to.
Our Siri stopped listening. Oh no, we don't. Our Siri stopped listening to Dan. It's really weird. It just listens to me now.
It discriminates against me.
Siri loves me and hates you. Okay,
Anyway.
Recording. Siri loves me and hates Dan. Right. Well, where were we then? I was about to say something profound. Oh yeah, baking.
Were you about to say something profound, Phil? Drop us that profound nugget.
The best baking I've done is in my baking video that I did on my birthday, where I tried to bake a cake without the ingredients.
The blind cake.
Yeah,
that was legit.
Just don't need ingredients.
You did that.
Okay, next.
Mushrooms.
Oh,
I like mushrooms. Phil doesn't like mushrooms.
Whenever we
next topic.
Next topic.
Flamingos, thoughts, experiences.
Flamingos.
Yeah.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I want to just say about mushrooms.
Whoa.
They're my worst food.
Worst?
Apart from cheese. If it was a cheesy mushroom, I'd just walk out.
Just eat it out the window.
I couldn't help it.
Bro, I've been sat in the crow pose. No. What is it? Is it? Sparrow?
Sparrow.
I don't know.
In a yoga pose.
That thing where you cross your legs on the top of each other, and I've got so bad pins and needles. If I look like I'm screaming in pain in the YouTube video, this is the exclusive tea.
There you go. There we go. That'll help your spine. Flamingos. which we talked about in our little test stereo when I was trying to test the sound. Flamingos are pink because of what they eat. But would you like...
How many shrimp do you have to eat
before you turn pink?
Yeah.
I would think...
What?
A flamingo is cute until you are face to face with it, and then they're quite scary.
Oh, they are.
They've got very
long
sinister eyes. Imagine
beaks.
They've got long beaks, but their eyes are very ugh.
Google flamingo eye and then cry yourself to sleep.
Flamingo eye. I can't remember when I was face to face with a flamingo.
What? You have been talking about flamingos for like 20 minutes now. We spent more time discussing the intricacies of flamingos than where the fuck I've been for the last year and a half.
Send in more.
Okay.
Talk about TikTok. Please get a TikTok.
Please get a TikTok.
That was... I'm going to call you out for that creepy breath. you seriously just went... Talk about TikTok.
Talk about TikTok. I have a TikTok, but I don't use it.
You look at how much I post on Instagram, and you want me to make a TikTok account. You want me to just fade into oblivion?
I'm quite bad at choosing music to go with things, and I feel like that's one of the fundamental parts of TikTok is like having a little musical soundtrack. I know you can make like other comedy things on it. But
I work in super long forms of creativity. The longer the better.
Yeah. It's the same
I'd like to do a 17.5-hour long stage show. That's why I upload such obnoxiously long coming out experience.
Yeah, it's the same reason I didn't get Vine. I can't do things that are that short, I don't think.
No. You take at least 8 seconds to develop and process a thought, which made Vine inherently impossible for you.
It did. But I like TikTok and how it's bringing back Vine energy in some ways.
Exactly. People, when Vine first came out and everyone was like, it's all annoying 12-year-olds and cringe and blah, 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 all these annoying stereotypes and phrases. Now we look back and it's just this sea of iconic memories. In the future, we won't be thinking about the weird TikToks because the gems of TikTok will rise to the top. Then all that will be left in the collective memory is just the absolute highlight reel.
Yeah.
So I respect that whilst a lot of it is weird now, in the distant future, when we're all archaeologists of meme culture, all we'll see are compilations of, TikToks that cured my Dan mental health book thing.
Yeah. Hank Green is very funny on TikTok. I always watch his and they make me laugh. So if you...
He read my tweet about Blue Man Group.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
I know, I'm really sad.
You're blocked.
I know.
Okay, next one.
BDSM.
Oh!
Bruh.
That's... I tell you what, once when we were actually looking for a house...
Where is this go? No.
We were looking for a house.
I don't condone this, man.
We were looking for a house back in the day, and one of the places we were looking around, the estate agent was like, there's a bit of a strange room back here, but I'll show you anyway. Anyway, it was like a 50 Shades of Grey room.
Where was this?
That was in London. Do you not remember? They were like, oh, there's this room here. We'll just have a quick peek in. I was like, oh, I can see some things. It's a
mixed-use condominium film.
It was mixed use. We didn't get that, but that was weird.
Was that the one that had the polystyrene chair?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It had
It was weird.
It was weird. What were they doing with that chair?
Didn't an old lady die in that?
There were stains.
Yeah, anyway, whatever.
Okay.
Snacks.
Snacks.
Good taste.
Generic snacks.
Yeah.
Popcorn is my fave, I would say, if I'm watching a film.
Yeah.
But I like a good fizzy. Let's review the snacks in my...
You need to get some snack ASMR for stereo.
Here you go. Here's your snack ASMR.
Yeah. POV,
I'd say
you're a snack.
Out of all my snacks, the Tangfastic is your favourite. The Haribo.
Pretty dank if you had to put them up there.
Yeah.
When will Marks and Spencer's do vegan Tangfastics?
I don't know.
Call them out. What?
Popping candy. I'm not a fan. It scares me.
You don't like poppers?
Popping candy, I don't like because it's too much of a mouth experience. I'm not ready for it.
Oh, God.
Right, let's move on.
Oh, God.
Let's move on.
Jesus Christ.
The god that is Harry Styles.
Harry Styles. We've met Harry Styles.
Hey, he's a good example of the mid-length hair I almost had.
Yeah.
Unlike Harry Styles, I just don't have everything else about Harry Styles going on.
I'm not picking favourites because when we met them all, they were all very pleasant chaps. But Harry, I would say, was the nicest to me.
Whoa.
On leaving the interview.
Yeah.
They all were just like, oh, thanks. But then he stopped and was like, thanks, that was really fun. I had a good time.
He did say that,
He's like, he took some 5 seconds out of his day. Everyone else said thanks and were polite though. So I'm not saying, oh wow, the other one was a dick. I'm just saying, they were
all
nice.
The years at Radio 1 and other shenanigans where we've met all these, weird people. No one was really rude.
No, everyone comes
other than one band that we won't name.
We can't name that band. But
one band
don't
were really rude divas.
Stop it.
And our editor at Radio 1 was like, I'm never letting them back in the building again. You can't just act like that. Feels like tapping my leg.
You can't.
I'm not going to say who they are.
Don't stop beef.
But everyone else was really nice.
Yeah. Whenever I talk about this, I feel like I'm name dropping. I'm like, oh yeah, I met...
back when we were cool and popular, and we met loads of celebrities, because we just met so many of them. You need to just imagine us as two terrifyingly shaking rats.
Yeah, we were
somewhere where we weren't meant to be.
Okay, but you know who are the nicest ones? Not
Who?
Little Mix have always been so nice, I would say.
Yeah.
Would you say?
I mean, you wrapped Ariana Grande up like a freaking Christmas tree, and she didn't hit you with a chair. So
no.
I think maybe she wins.
Oh, she gave me cat ears as well.
But we're not
name dropping. Yeah, everyone was good.
I don't think anyone's going to think that Dan and Phil are trying to sound
well, no,
cool.
I'm not trying
I literally don't think
I mean,
that's possible.
If you saw the videos, you'd see how very uncool I was.
We are not cool.
We're not cool. Okay, let's do one more fill in the blanks topic.
Ooh.
Sparkling water.
Oh, controversial.
This is one of those things that I heard I went very first. I hear as you get older, your tongue changes, and I thought I would never like sparkling water
in
it. But when I got to like 24, suddenly I was like, you know what? It's not as bad.
I'm fucking with you.
What happened?
No, what? I don't know.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Pure horror.
Yeah.
Sipping it as a child. What is this? They've made water taste like farts.
Yeah.
Now, put it in a glass with some ice, and I'm like, bitch, I'm fancy.
I think,
and I do that every time.
It worked with that, but someone told me if you eat 7 olives, you like an olive, but olives still
I
taste like...
keep filling your olives and you don't like it.
They taste like hell. They taste like hellish nightmares. And that was fill in the blank.
Phil, he put himself in the blank, and now the blank is full of Phil.
Yeah. We ruined it.
And now we both simultaneously get banned from stereo.
Yes.
Everyone regrets that they heard or saw Dan. They want him to do another 7 mysterious projects he can't talk about.
They do.
That take another 17 years, so you can just go away and be quiet.
Of course.
Hey, Dan, if you're going on this journey to work out who you are and free yourself from the shackles of the past so you can live healthily and happily in the future, stop saying weird stuff!
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us. This has been a lol. It's been nice to have you on the show, Dan.
Thanks for having me, Phil.
You're welcome. Anyone listening on stereo, if you start a chat with #AmazingPhil with a friend, get a friend, #AmazingPhil, I'm going to pop in and give you some shout outs.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that'll be fun.
I just want to say that as this whole thing comes to an end, thank you for having me, Phil.
You're welcome.
Thank you for watching Person at Home. It's been a year. Hopefully the people commenting, who's watching this in 2079, will go, wow, that was weird.
Yeah.
But we all got through it and life became new and exciting.
We did.
Was Dan ever alive? I guess we'll find out.
Bye.
Bye. I love you all. Have a nice evening.